Good afternoon to all of you. Yeah, we are here for the grand debate. I can see 50% of you are disconnected and 50% of you have connected to the external world. So please try to get into the debate. Hi Gaurav, how are you? Great, that's great. We are going to discuss something about hospital leadership. Have they accepted accreditation as a game changer? On behalf of the moderators and all the speakers, I take this opportunity to thank CAHO for giving a easy job on a different topic or the vice versa.
So, very good afternoon to you all. So are we talking about 2 words about the topic?
Yeah.
Okay. So here we are talking about have leadership actually accepted accreditation, right? So I would say that they have not, because if they would have accepted, why in India still, if you look at the 2019 statistics, we have only less than 5% of the hospitals that are accredited by any form of accreditation, approximately. If they have really accepted it, why doesn't accreditation and sustenance of accreditation get reflected in any of the balance sheets or the budgets that are prepared or presented by the leadership? If they have really accepted it, why is accreditation still considered a 3-month project before accreditation comes in? And if they have really accepted it, why are they not bold enough to talk about the outcomes and the quality and the processes in any of the meetings when they talk to patients, when they talk to public, and when they go on media? So that's about an opening thing from my end on this piece.
Oh, that's great. That's great. Okay, let me start with some ground rules. Please stick on to 6 plus 2 minutes. After 5, you will get a beep for 1 minute. Then, at last, to wind up 2 minutes. You can exchange, you can share, so one speaker can for 10 minutes and another for 6 minutes, not a problem. Please adhere to the topic, don't change the topic and then speak. You are not allowed to change the topic, stick on to the time. Dress code to be followed, honored and respected. No props or extra fittings. Only exchange of words, thoughts and ideas allowed. Don't exchange physically. Don't waste time in saying good afternoon, good morning, thanks CAHO. I have already told on behalf of you. And this is for the audience. Please restrict the movements inside. Please keep your cell phones silently or on the vibration mode or throw it off. You are free not to discuss anything about the debate during lunch hour and tea breaks. So let's have a very fruitful discussion. The topic is on hospital leadership. Have they accepted the accreditation as a game changer? I don't think I need to explain leadership, accreditation and game changer. All 3 have been discussed in the last 2 days. Yes, they have accepted it. To speak more on, we have a person fantastically articulated vocabulary as well as physically, a quality revolutionist, leader par excellence, and a congenitally smart orator and debater. Please welcome Dr. Parag Rindani.
Can I just take 1 sec?
Yes.
And he's very violent as well. So I would prefer removing all these things from this table so that my side of people are not hurt.
At the very outset, let's understand what my colleague Dr. Mundkur is coming here to do. And I think this is not to be deducted from my time. because I think he has not heard the instructions carefully. He has a propensity to go into histrionics and theatrics, which is what I think he has gone to get, and I think he will be disbarred from the proceedings. Ladies and gentlemen, the fact that CAHOCON has entered its 10th year of existence and the fact that we are playing birthday cake celebratory videos is a testament to the fact that leadership is accepted. The fact today that we have as leaders, as healthcare leaders of the country, invited Australian Council, Joint Commission International, we've invited people from ISQA over here to validate what we are doing is a fact and a testament that Indian healthcare has accepted what is to be done. And I think leaders today have clearly understood that the triple bottom line, people, planet and profit, is something that is absolutely required to be done. I'm going to be talking about accreditation, a game changer for leadership, and I will dwell on leadership and my colleague will dwell on the game changing part of it. What is leadership? Who is the leader? There are multiple levels of leadership. You've got the board and the CXOs. Why are they interested in accreditation? How have they accepted? Because at the end of the line, accreditation makes an organization safe. Any disagreements? Do you all agree that accreditation makes healthcare institutions safer? A larger yes, please. Do you all agree that healthcare accreditation mitigates and reduces risk to patients, doctors and nurses? Yes or no? And that's exactly what you're supposed to say when the vote is asked, whether you're going to say yes or no. The next important thing is CXOs. They are interested in profit, they're interested in earnings before interest, taxation, depreciation and amortization. And that is why it is important that cost of goods sold reduces, doctor payout remains balanced, the fixed cost for any institution remain good, and the top line enhances. All of you will agree, thanks to the stellar effort of NABH, my guru, the Iron Man of quality, Loh Purush of quality is here, Mr. Gyani. Big round of applause for Gyani, sir. He has ensured through his untiring efforts that we have managed to get a hike from CGHS on goods and services that are rendered from accredited hospitals. Why would a leader not want that money? There is no reason, and to say, I believe that a clinical leader like Dr. Mulpur and a nursing leader like Ajita should quickly transition to the other side and join us in saying that leadership has accepted accreditation as a game changer. The other level of leadership that I see is clinical. I have two clinical people speaking against accreditation being accepted as a game changer. Nursing was the first to accept accreditation as a game changer because it brought them respect as professionals. It mitigated the risk that nurses failed. Ajita, say no, and I will leave this hall. The clinical leaders of today are clinicians. I challenge my learned cardiothoracic surgeon colleague working in the largest group of hospitals, the Apollo group, to say that he will undertake a cardiac surgery without a timeout or without verifying that it is the right patient on the table. Who has taught us this? Were we doing this 25 years ago? No. Look at the number of drastic reduction of sentinel events that have happened. Look at the number of reduction in medication errors. This is something that every leader loses sleep over. And therefore, ladies and gentlemen, to believe even for a second that my learned colleagues are actually planning to speak against this proposition, in the valued presence of all my seniors, we have Dr. Saidullah, who runs an A-class group. We've got so many other people here who are fantastic leaders. And the reason that senior people like this are sitting at a consortium of accredited healthcare institutions clearly tells you that healthcare leaders have accepted that accreditation is here to stay. It is a game changer, and the game changer is it brings structure, it brings process, and it brings monitorable outcomes. Please understand as I enter my last minute that we have to understand that leadership is also in the form of cost leadership. Cost leadership is something that accreditation allows you to bring through reduction of errors, reduction of falls, reduction of negative incidents that happen in a hospital. It allows you to standardize processes across knee surgeons for knee replacements, across cardiac surgeons. Even though Dr. Mulpur is not here, I will still say it. It reduces variability, reduces variance, and therefore that is the dream of every CXO. And that is why I have fervently dedicated from 2008, 18th to 23rd January, when Dr. Gyani Admiral Kapoor led us into accreditation as our teachers. From that day, we have dedicated our lives. I spend less time with my wife and more time with the accreditation books. And referring to my esteemed moderator, Gaurav, who is also a close friend, it is a wonder that he's speaking against this, because he is an international surveyor par excellence. He is also leading the accreditation initiative again of Apollo Group. And all of us know that all these hospital chains stand for quality. Last but not the least, remember that accreditation has become a game changer for leadership because of peer pressure. Today, IRDA is not accepting organizations which don't have accreditation. We are not here to debate about the 90% of hospitals, as my esteemed friend Gaurav said, who have not climbed the bandwagon. All the unmarried people in this room do not know what pain it is to be married and stay married. It is like that. The 90% of people who have not entered accreditation will never realize what nectar of service we are rendering, what class of reduced medication errors we are giving, and that's why, ladies and gentlemen, with great pity, I yield to the floor. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Parag. Just an important point to understand that by raising your voice and by confusing the august audience here on the exact topic that we were talking about, you can't win. And here I get in my first Brahmastra, Dr. Anil Mulpur, who is a great doctor, a great quality-oriented person, and the floor is all yours, Doctor.
We want Dr. Mulpur. We want Dr. Mulpur.
He's there. You will see in some time. Just give him 1 minute.
If accreditation, as my friend has been yelling at the peak of his voice, is a game changer, please tell me why cefoperazone and sulbactam are used as prophylactic antibiotics for 5 days and all accredited hospital managements are looking the other way. Why there is a confusion amongst the top management and the bottom management? When you ask about employee rights and responsibilities, they always get confused. And patient rights and responsibilities, they always get confused. 100% of time. And why medication errors in presentation are shown 0%, 0%, 0%, and 0%. And please tell me why no one knows what a sentinel event is. When I ask, can I see your clinical audits, please? They will say, please go to MRD. If accreditation has been a game changer, ladies and gentlemen, why is there no proper annual health checkup for doctors and nurses? Why have nurses and top management have never heard of a term called nurse empowerment? And including day before yesterday, why do I see a young unmarried girl working in a cath lab without a TLD badge? And why do I see young nurses and doctors posted to take care clinically of a patient who is HBsAg positive and they themselves have not taken any immunization so far? Accredited hospitals, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not talking about primary health centers. And why in any assessment you go, you have the committee meetings, they always smell of a freshly cooked flavor. Accreditation is a game. They give the standards which are of IPL standard, and finally they came like this. They assess us with FIFA standards. And why is accreditation never a game changer?
अच्छा शॉट ये और मैच जीत गया ये एक और छक्का रिंकू सिंह की जबरदस्त बल्लेबाजी
Now, after Rinku Singh, he actually did this phenomenal thing, and Virat Kohli said, I can never come close to him. Rinku Singh's father never bought him a bat, and my management never got me an original NABH guidebook. It is always that spiral bound one. Now, they said we have changed CQI into PSQ. So I went quickly to see what is there in this PSQ which was not there in CQI. And when I go to contents page, it says, please go to page number 57. I turn to page number 57 and I am in HIC 4 standards. If anyone doubts, please check the soft copy which is available in 2023. And then, of course, I wanted to look at Sentinel events. So I call it 18th edition of 5th edition because it was going on and on and on, and probably they'll rectify this today. That will be the 19th edition. Accreditation game. In this game, one principal assessor asked the nurse, which finger will you use for blood sugar determination? The nurse showed him the middle finger. Principal assessor was very upset. He said, I want the SOP to be changed now. Now people said, quality has to be introduced from year 1 in the medical schools and nursing schools, and they did. There was a question, describe the life cycle of accreditation. So like Bhatia classes, somebody said, very easy, just remember these bullet points. Download standards, get a consultant to supply documents. Shoot videos and make up training calendars and HR files. There are quite a few cooks, both North Indian and South Indian. Get them for cooking up your committee meetings. Self-assessment toolkit, aapka marzi, whatever you want, you can do. Then in pre-assessment, of course, we have bouquets, cards, opening meetings and debriefings. Parag sir, you are such a big man in NABH. You wanted to see your unmarried Sali, the car is yours for 24 hours. Then final assessment, of course, ditto as above. Accreditation committee says, chalo yaar, let us encourage them. At least they bought the guidebook, that means they are genuinely interested. If not full accreditation, let us give them entry level, and that's it. Next day, business as usual. Accreditation movement is alive in India today because they are very clever chaps. They originally called it voluntary, but then they have blackmailed because they linked it to the insurance empanelment and CGHS. There is no genuine interest in quality in healthcare at all. Full stop. So if you want to challenge the so-called game changer, you de-link insurance empanelment from NABH accreditation today and wait for 3 months. What will happen? Triceratops. T-Rex loves California, T-Rex in Hollywood, T-Rex in Jurassic Park, and NABH joins the extinct dinosaurs. There is more to follow, ladies and gentlemen. आज आप हमारे साथ है कैप्टन अजीता, कल आप कहाँ और हम कहाँ किसको पता। NABH में महिलाओं का बहुत रहा बड़ा योगदान. You are in winning team of debate. Cheer up, come on. Is accreditation a game changer? Of course, no. Once upon a time, my quality department used to look like this, and now look at my quality department. We have been trying, but we never succeeded. But there is always a hope. Lage raho Munna bhai.
Why do you work manually on Microsoft Excel and waste?
अरे पर दुकान का क्या होगा विनोद? दुकान
जरा बड़ी ले लेंगे.
That's awesome. That's awesome, but not agreeable.